Stephen Hurahan here at BrandMasterAcademy.com, and in this video I want to show you 5 exceptional examples of brand personality to inspire you to go out and develop your own for your brand. Now, there are no two ways about it. We are in the world of the human brand today. The days of speaking like a faceless corporation, the way brands used to do in the 80s and the 90s, those days are long gone. You can't broadcast information like that anymore. You need to engage your audience on a human level. If, on the other hand, you come to the marketplace with characteristics, if you're oozing personality and you know who your audience is, so therefore you know what characteristics they're attracted to, then you're far more likely to engage with your audience. You're far more likely to get their attention, and they're far more likely to listen to what you have to say. And that's what the best brands in the world do today. They understand who their audience is. They understand the personality that they have and the characteristics that they're attracted to, and they engage with them on a human level through that personality. So let's take a look at some examples of how some of the best brands in the world do this. The first example is Harley Davidson. Now, there are very few brands in the world that represent who their audience is as well as Harley Davidson does. They've got this rugged brand identity, especially in their image style, and they've got this gritty language and a rough tone of voice that they speak in, and they speak to their audience as a member of the gang as opposed to a customer. There's no corporate overtones or any unnecessary pleasantries coming out of Harley. They're rebels, they're outlaws, they're a little unhinged, and they take pride in the fact that they go against the grain of everyday society. They express their personality with a rugged brand identity, gritty language, and a rebellious spirit. And if you want to learn more about brand personality, then there's no better brand to learn from than Harley Davidson. Just go to their website and look at the imagery that they use, look at the language that they use, the tone of voice, check out their social media page, and just look at the way they execute on strategy and how they ooze strategy at every single touch point. If you are a student of branding and you really want to understand the best way to go and execute on brand personality, then check out Harley Davidson. Now, the second example is from another brand that I really like, Red Bull. Now, Red Bull don't do things the way other brands do things. They're a little bit different. They live life on the edge, and they smile in the face of danger, and they embrace the extreme. So the term adrenaline junkie really sums them up well, and it aligns with their product as well. And even amongst other rebels or other adventurers or other athletes, Red Bull is a bit of a daredevil. They've aligned themselves with every extreme sport you can think of, and it's very difficult for a brand to own a word today. But Red Bull are well on their way to owning the word extreme in the mind of their audience. The brand identity with its energetic colors and its Charge and Red Bull logo is well aligned with the intense attitude that they give out. They've gobbled up an alignment with nearly every single niche extreme activity you can think of, and they meet their audience with this outrageous personality across every single touch point. Their brand identity is edgy, their tone of voice is caffeinated, and they're always thinking about the next hit of adrenaline. Example number 3 is from a jeans brand, but Diesel is not your everyday jeans brand. Diesel is a brand for rebels. They've got this small traditional Italian town heritage, and that's more than likely the source of the brand's strong and stubborn roots. They really are stubborn. They go their own way, they do their own thing, and they've been doing that since 1978. They've ignored trends, and they've shown the middle finger to critics, and they have this I don't give a bleep attitude that comes across throughout their messaging. And as an Italian-based fashion brand, it's probably easy for brands like that to cash in on what's so popular about Italian fashion and to follow trends and to do what's expected. But Diesel doesn't do what's expected, and in their eyes that will be selling out. So that's really important to them, to stick to their heritage, to stick to what's important to them, to stick to what they believe in. They use tongue-in-cheek humor and irony and black comedy and explosive campaigns that split opinions and attract both plaudits and critics as well. Diesel appeals to youthful, independent and alternative audiences who don't tend to like rules, and Diesel doesn't really conform to rules either, and you can be guaranteed that there are plenty of Diesel customers out there wearing Diesel jeans that don't do rules either. Their brand identity is rough, their tone of voice is self-assured, and they're nothing if they're not independent. Example number 4 is the Dollar Shave Club. Now, if you know me, if you've been following my stuff, then you've probably heard me talk about the Dollar Shave Club before, because I'm a big fan of this brand. They're an excellent example of how a solid differentiation strategy coupled with a really good personality can make a potent combination. Their core personality trait is humor, and they use it to an almost comedic level, making their audience laugh out loud from the belly. Well, they certainly did make me laugh out loud from the belly. And no doubt you remember that viral ad which made them this overnight sensation. It was laced with satire and timing and tongue-in-cheek digs at Gillette, who they took on head first. The Dollar Shave Club's personality is like that guy from the pub with the quick wit and the charm, who always has a joke or a story and whose mates are always crowded around to hear him. The brand knows who it is and knows who it's not, and it's not shy about telling it how it is. Their brand identity is uncomplicated, their tone of voice is humorous, and they're all about playful traits. Example number 5 is Patagonia. Now, Patagonia is a brand from a simpler time with old school values and environmental beliefs. Their founder, Vaughn Chenard, began climbing back in the 50s when climbers had very little gear to protect them, and that ruggedness of that old time is really evident in the Patagonia brand today. Their consumers are a reflection of their owner as well, and they love the outdoors, they respect nature, and they have this almost spiritual connection with Earth. Patagonia also has an activist spirit, and it promotes adventure, exploration, self-discovery, and of course, respect for the environment. The brand identity is worn, their language is liberated, and they ooze adventure and courage. So if you're building a brand for yourself or for a client and you want that brand to engage with your audience on a human level, then you better be developing a personality with traits that are aligned to who your audience is. The modern consumer is very switched on today. They've got high expectations and they want their brands to engage with them as if they're speaking directly to them. You can't just go out and broadcast information like a faceless corporation the way brands used to. So understand who your audience is, understand the personality they have and the traits they're attracted to, and then develop a personality around that so you can speak to your audience on a human level. If you want to see more examples like this, then check out the full article below and let me know, what about you? What's your favorite example of brand personality? Have you noticed a brand recently that's oozing personality and has made you turn your head? If you have, let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you intend to use this strategy to build your own brand, or if you've used this strategy already and you might have some hacks or techniques or processes that you use. Let me know in the comments below. If you've got any questions, also let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer all of those. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.